Alright guys, welcome back to Sherlock Holmes. First episode wasn't that bad. I think it's a pretty cool game so far. It could get worse. I don't know. Could get better. He wanted me to read the newspaper, I believe. Alright, Globe Explorer. Sherlock Holmes at the home of Mara Cunningham. The investigation is a fiasco. Yesterday, the celebrated detective Sherlock Holmes was invited to the manor of the Marquess of to supply his conclusions following his investigations into the disappearance of the princess necklace. The lady called in the detective after the police. Blah blah blah. Wait, what? As usual, Mr. Holmes resolved the case in twinkling of an eye, and the jewel was recovered. I will not waste nation, blah 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 blah. Following the wait, what? Oh, there's more? Jesus. Oh, I'm not about to read all that. I thought there was just a little bit. Alright, well.
Prince Woodville, French culinary expert and bagpipe player, might be our next king. That's not so shocking, my dear fellow.
You know exactly to which article I'm referring, Holmes. How can Farley dare to tarnish your reputation like that?
You know, Watson, that wherever glory walks, jealousy is bound to follow. As for the forgery of the necklace, I suspect that we shall soon be enlightened in this regard. Come in, Inspector Baines, the door's open.
Ah, Mr. Holmes. How did you know I was here?
You are one of our rare visitors who avoids the second-to-last step of the stairs, which creaks dreadfully. And if I add the clinking of the handcuffs at your belt, to what do we owe the pleasure of your visit, Inspector?
Have you read that, Rag?
Wait, what?
Inspector, I assume that you have the fake necklace with you. It's why you're here. Your superiors would like me to examine it.
Indeed. They would like you to confirm or deny putting this fake in the box.
Can't that wait? I must go to the house of Lord Peregrine Maitland, the Bishop of Knightsbridge.
Inspector, can you explain this slander? Has the necklace of the Samoas really been replaced by a fake?
I don't know how the reporter got hold of the information, but it's true. About the necklace, of course. I wouldn't permit myself to question the integrity and honesty of Mr. Holmes.
The necklace is a forgery? Impossible! I saw the Marquis authenticated before my very eyes, before Holmes returned it to its place.
Mr. Holmes, the Marquis believes Osmond Farley's theory. I shouldn't be surprised if the reporter isn't behind all this slander about you. He's a freelancer, well known for his explosive and subjective articles. In any case, the Marquis assures us that you were the last person to have the necklace in your hands.
Let's return to the Marquis's house, Holmes. I'm sure that we'll have no trouble in taking apart this theory.
It is unnecessary. Such allegations collapse on their own, like one of Mrs. Hudson's soufflés. Let us leave the police to solve this problem and turn our attention to the matters in hand.
Perhaps you are right, Holmes.
So they think he stole the necklace. That's pretty much what the article said, I'm sure.
And the Marchioness.
She is beside herself. Without the necklace, her marriage is compromised. It is the principal item of the young woman's dowry.
What a lovely marriage. Holmes, forgive me for insisting, but don't you want to examine the fake jewelry?
Watson, I have an appointment, and it's out of the question that I arrive late.
It will only take you a couple of minutes. You really must quell the suspicions put forward in this appalling article. If you will allow me, Inspector?
Be my guest.
Very well.
Wait.
What should we do next, Holmes?
What do you think, Holmes?
Wait, what are we doing? Oh, there's a... Okay.
What do you think,
Okay, well,
Holmes?
that's what I'm trying to get to. How would I know the necklace? When I found out the necklace is authentic or not, how would you know? Well, I guess you'd look around here.
These 3 pearls are of poor quality. This pearl is a different color.
Oh, that one's smaller.
This pearl is too small. It is not in its place here. Too many defects. This necklace is a fake. This is nothing but a vulgar copy, and at a glance it would appear that the forger has intended for it to be seen as such.
How could we have been fooled by such a blatant imitation? I don't understand.
Yes, how is it possible? Holmes, do you have a theory about this?
I have absolutely no idea. You insisted that I examine the necklace, and I have done so. Now it is important that I keep my appointment. I'm sure, Inspector, that you will throw some light on this affair.
Holmes.
You may accompany me, Watson, if you care to do so.
Goodbye, gentlemen. I'll keep you informed as to my inquiries.
Goodbye, Inspector. You mentioned a bishop, didn't you? Are we going to his home?
Yes, the Bishop of Knightsbridge. I put his address on our map of London on my desk. Would you get it for me, please?
All right, Holmes.
Oh. Couldn't he, the computer just had made him go over here and get it. Where's his desk? I don't know, you could control more.
I have found your map.
Find the address of the Bishop of Knightsbridge on the map, and let's go.
Oh. Let's...
Find
Alright,
the
got
address
it.
of...
Where's the map? How do I get back to the map? Okay. Oh, I thought we were gonna go outside and walking down. So I mean, it's not the worst game. Trust me, Metal Gear Solid was so much horrible. It was way worse than this. I mean, of course, there's a little bit more action, but
already?
it was stupid.
How did you know?
May we see the Bishop of Knightsbridge?
Yes. Yes, of course. But come in.
What has happened, Reverend?
What?
I don't know. It was last night, I think. I only just arrived, and I have made this macabre discovery. My God. How horrible. I haven't called anyone. How did you know that?
Holmes, look!
The Bishop, appallingly mutilated.
How dreadful.
Mutilated. And killed. He was such a good man. How could anyone be so brutal? Look at him. He is barely recognizable now. How could any of God's children be responsible for that?
They were evidently unworthy children, Reverend. Now do please try to calm yourself and focus, because we will need your assistance. Do you have any idea as to the motive behind this?
I haven't had time to do an inventory, but nothing appears to have been stolen. And anyway, His Excellency didn't own anything of great value. I don't know what else I can tell you.
Note this down, please, Doctor.
Doctor? But you aren't the police?
No, Reverend. I am Sherlock Holmes, and this is Dr. Watson. We are here at the request of the Bishop.
In that case, I must ask you to leave, and not to touch anything. I must get in touch with the authorities without further delay.
Reverend, when the inspectors of Scotland Yard find themselves at a dead end, which they quite often do, I assure you, then they turn to me for help. If you will allow us to continue our investigation, then you shall have the answers to all of your questions.
Out of the question! I don't even know you! I'm going to call the police, whether you like it or not.
Or
It would
not.
be better for everyone, Reverend, if you kept your temper. Watson, are you taking notes? This affair promises to be a complex one. Therefore, we must not overlook the slightest detail.
Yes, Holmes. I am keeping a meticulous set of notes. I have created a very clever deduction
He's
board.
probably drawing like a little
One
stick
thing we can be
figure.
sure of at the moment is that this crime was not for gain. The Reverend has informed us that nothing valuable was stolen, and indeed, it would seem that the Bishop had nothing of any worth to take.
Very good, Watson. Do continue.
Alrighty. Investigation to Bishop Knight's murder. The bishop didn't own anything of value, not even in his safe. Oh, well, I could read that already. Make the right deductions based on the facts you have. Oh, so you're gonna make me solve this case, I'm guessing? So I guess the whole monkey thing was his, the first little, make the right deductions based on the facts you have. Okay, so they're going to let me solve this one by myself, I'm guessing.
A broken bottle of whiskey.
Okay.
However, the Bishop of Knightsbridge was known for his sobriety.
So he must have been drinking then. I've been drinking.
There is blood on this paperweight. A bottle of whiskey. I can make out fingerprints stained with blood and dirt.
So it looks like
It would seem that the brutes who tortured
Yes.
the bishop to death were intoxicated with
that's
alcohol.
what I was going to say. Thank you, Watson. Thank you. You just stay over there. You're not even over here.
This stove is filled to overflowing. A broken phial and blood near the neck.
What a strange smell. Phew. Chemical components, I think.
Looks like they might have took the glass or something and cut him up. Or a knife.
His chest has been lacerated, I would say, with a very sharp and fine blade.
Did they take out his tooth?
You can see by his expression that he suffered terribly.
His mouth is covered in blood, and I can make out strips of skin between his teeth.
They beat his legs too? Or they
These
burned him?
burns are terrible.
What is that?
A
Oh,
finger. Apparently it doesn't belong to the Bishop of Knightsbridge.
How dreadful.
damn it, Watson.
His feet have been burned.
My first impression is that he wears a size 9 shoe.
You! But what does it matter, Holmes?
I like feet. Oh, that rope.
A piece of rope that was used to tie up that poor man.
Alright. Oh, we're getting to this area. Did they break his fingers back? What?
The fingers have been crushed and violently struck. The fingers have been crushed and violently struck.
His stomach is covered in scratches. Quite evidently, they weren't made recently.
Huh, might have been
So,
rats or something.
these wounds were not made by his murderers.
Maybe a rat, but you think a rat would still be there? I don't know. Hope my mic is loud enough, huh? I feel like it was too loud before.
His forearms have been ripped. Pieces of skin have been torn off. What do you think, Watson?
I'd say that he was eaten alive. Yet I've noticed a curious degeneration of the skin tissue around the wounds.
My dear friend, everything points to this man having gnawed at his own forearms.
That's unbelievable, Holmes.
What would cause you to gnaw at your own forearms? Did I miss something here?
This poor man was tied just below the knees.
To stop him from walking, certainly, but mostly to free his feet.
My God, Holmes, this man was horribly tortured.
Something is missing here.
Oh, yes? And what might that be?
His shoes.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Watson, his shoes are missing.
Alright, let's go to the book. The clues. Do I have any more? Okay. The bishop's shoes are missing. Okay. Oh. The victim was savagely tortured. The bishop gnawed at himself. The broken flask has some blood at its top. The murderers made the bishop drink blood. The murderers made the bishop drink the contents of the flask. The murderers tortured the bishop with the broken glass. So they want me to come up with a conclusion here. Now, if there's blood that was in the flask, I think they made him... He's gnawed at his own arms. I think they made him drink the contents of the flask. I mean, there's blood in it, yes, but... Is this a safe? Okay, see, I ain't got time for that.
Reverend, I'm missing something. An implement with which to open this chest. Could you tell me where to find it?
No, go to the devil.
What are you afraid of, Reverend? What is inside the chest?
I'm not afraid of anything. In fact, I do have the necessary implements, but if I have to give them to anyone, it will be to a representative of the law and no one else.
The picture of Peregrine Maitland, commander of the infantry brigade of Her Majesty's Guards at Waterloo.
The Bishop of Knightsbridge has the same name as his ancestor, an illustrious family.
No, that's not what I want. Is there a flashlight or something? Oh, there's a rope in here. Or what?
No, it is a discipline for self-flagellation.
They were into some freaky stuff.
It's a cilice designed to bruise the person wearing it. The bishop wore it as repentance.
Huh.
This very pious man must have had the habit of mortifying his flesh as a means of repentance.
So he was masturbating then.
This metal rod is for fastening the chilice.
Huh. That is one way to do that. Alright, so... Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and see, can I just pick a... Oh yeah, I can just do it over here. I'm gonna go ahead and pick what I think they made him do.
Watch where you're putting your feet, Watson. Have you noticed these prints upon the ground?
Well, yes, those muddy marks.
See here, Watson. Footprints can often provide more vital information than the very best of informants.
Yes, if you know how to make them talk, that is.
It's child's play, Watson. We will begin by excluding the contaminating prints, which are yours and mine from where we came in, and those of our dear Reverend who was so impatient to call the police.
Okay.
Size 9. Size 9. Size 9.
Alright, these look like all the same footprints. This one looks a little bigger.
Size 9.
Okay, I guess not.
Size 9.5.
Okay.
Size 9.5. This print came from an expensive pair of shoes, and it seems recent. It is not a laborer's shoe. Hobnail boots like those worn by laborers. Hobnail boots like those... Hobnail boot. Hobnail boot. A fragment of stone. Peculiar. Well-worn shoes with an odd pattern on the soles.
How many criminals were there? What? Okay, there was... I'm gonna say 3. There's 2 9.5 inches. Hold on. This was 9.5?
Size 9.5. Size 9. Size 9.5.
Alright, so that's 2 pairs right here. It look like the same shoe. I'm gonna say 3. Crap.
I cannot leave now.
I think 3.
Perfect. We now know that there were 3 crooks.
I don't know if that's right or not. Who do the footprints reveal? 1 man joined those who were already in the room. 1 man left the room wearing different shoes. 1 man was carried so as not to leave. All men left the room jumping on 1 leg. This is different here. Okay. So the 2 9.5 shoes are right across from each other. Okay.
Hobnail boots like those worn by... Hobnail boots. This print... Hobnail boots. Hobnail boots like those worn by laborers.
Those 2 were 9.5s. This was a 9.
Size... Size... Size 9.
Okay. So there's definitely 3 men.
I need something.
I think 1 man joined who were already
That's
in there.
not right. Start again.
Okay. Okay, so that 3 men was the right answer. Would they really be jumping
That's
on 1
not
leg?
right. Start
Okay.
again. Strange but true. One
Okay.
of the crooks was wearing a different pair of shoes when he left here. Therefore, we have 3 men who came in and left again. But one of them was wearing a different pair of shoes from the ones which he came in with.
So, all we have to do is look for a workman who likes Italian shoes.